Proviron is one of the oldest anabolic androgenic steroids, and it has a long history and successful track record in medical use. Unlike other anabolic androgenic steroids, Proviron has a very unique properties, and in this video, we'll cover all of them in detail. We'll talk about its history, medical uses, and unique properties. We will also discuss its role in bodybuilding, including dosages, benefits, and potential side effects, and when it can or should be used at all. And finally, we'll answer the question, is Proviron worth using in a cycle, or there are better alternatives? So, if you are a bodybuilder or just curious about Proviron, this video will cover everything you need to know about it. And now, let's start with the history and medical usage of Proviron. Proviron is the most famous brand name. However, the generic name or the chemical name of the compound is Mesterolone. Proviron was first manufactured in 1934 here in Germany by the pharmaceutical company SHBG, which is now Bayer. Proviron is one of the oldest anabolic androgenic steroids out there. Also, Proviron was the first medication used in clinical practice to treat hormone-related conditions in men. This includes issues like low libido, infertility, and other physical and mental problems caused by low androgen levels. A very strange thing about Proviron is that, although it is an anabolic androgenic steroid, it has been proven to increase the quality and the quantity of sperm. This is because it has a minimal suppression of gonadotropins, unlike most other anabolic androgenic steroids, which are usually linked to potential infertility. Proviron has also managed to establish a very good track record for its effectiveness and clinical safety. It is still manufactured worldwide in many countries, and it is very easy to find. The primary supplier is the pharmaceutical company Bayer, and of course, it is also produced by illegal underground labs. Let's move now to the structure and characteristics of Proviron. Proviron is derived from the hormone dihydrotestosterone, or DHT, and it comes in a tablet form. However, unlike most oral anabolic androgenic steroids, it is not classified as a C17 alpha alkylated steroid, exactly like primobolan acetate, which also comes in a tablet form. In general, the C17 alkylation modification protects the hormone from being broken down by the liver during oral administration, but that comes at a cost, which is putting high stress on the liver. Proviron and primobolan acetate don't have this modification, and as a result, the effect of these drugs are much lower when compared to other C17 alpha alkylated steroids, but they also don't stress the liver. Proviron is very similar to dihydrotestosterone. It is a strong androgen, but a very weak anabolic steroid, which means it is not a great muscle builder. To clarify this point, we have to go back to dihydrotestosterone. So, on paper, dihydrotestosterone is 3 to 4 times stronger than testosterone. However, it is a weak muscle builder because of an enzyme in the muscle tissue called 3-alpha-hydroxysteroid dehydrogenase. This enzyme interacts with dihydrotestosterone and breaks it down to inactive metabolites before it even reaches the androgen receptor in the muscle cells. Therefore, dihydrotestosterone cannot exert its anabolic actions, and this also applies to Proviron. Another point I have to mention, there are certain proteins in the body called sex-hormone binding globulin, or SHBG. These proteins bind to the hormones in the body to distribute them. When hormones are bound to these proteins, they remain inactive. Only when hormones are in a free state can they perform their functions, like activating the androgen receptor. Proviron has a high binding affinity for these proteins. In fact, it is one of the most effective anabolic androgenic steroids at lowering SHBG levels significantly. This allows other anabolic androgenic steroids in a cycle to remain in a free state, making them more available to interact with the androgen receptor and exert their effects. But to be honest, while this might sound like a big advantage, SHBG levels are already lowered when taking anabolic androgenic steroids in general. So, I don't see this as a huge advantage for Proviron. The half-life of Proviron is about 12 hours. This means it must be taken at least twice a day to maintain consistent hormone levels in the blood. The androgenic anabolic ratio of Proviron is 30 to 40 androgenic and 100 to 150 anabolic. This simply means the androgenic properties are the traits or effects that relate to male characteristics. Imagine things like deepening of the voice, increased body and facial hair, oily skin and acne, or aggression, while the anabolic properties are the traits or effects of a hormone that help build and support tissues in the body. In our case, muscles and bones. Imagine things like increasing muscle mass by promoting muscle protein synthesis, making bones stronger by improving bone density, helping the body recover faster from intense workouts or injuries. Unfortunately, all anabolic androgenic steroids exhibit both androgenic and anabolic properties, and the ratio differs depending on each anabolic androgenic steroid. Each ratio is compared to the anabolic androgenic ratio of testosterone. For testosterone, the ratio is 100 to 100. This is why scientists derived anabolic androgenic steroids from testosterone to enhance the anabolic properties and reduce at the same time the androgenic properties to minimize the side effects. However, remember that the anabolic androgenic ratio comes from lab experiments on rats, which don't always translate perfectly in reality. This is why I consider the anabolic androgenic ratio to be just a guideline, and I don't take it very seriously. And now, let's discuss Proviron side effects. Proviron is classified as an androgenic steroid, even though its androgenic anabolic ratio shows otherwise. This highlights that the androgenic anabolic ratio doesn't always provide the full picture. The androgenic side effects of this drug are very common, especially at higher dosages. These side effects include increased oily skin and acne, increased body hair growth, and hair loss. Therefore, this compound is absolutely not suitable for women, as the potential for virilization symptoms is extremely high. Additionally, the 5-alpha reductase enzyme doesn't metabolize Proviron. This means taking something like finasteride with it will not protect against the androgenic side effects like hair loss. When it comes to estrogen-related side effects, Proviron doesn't pose any risk. This is because it doesn't convert into estrogen. In fact, it is more likely to lower estrogen levels, as it competes with the aromatase enzyme, which converts androgens into estrogens. So, there is no concern about gynecomastia or water retention, and adding Proviron to a cycle might help control estrogen to some degree, but it is not effective in that regards like using aromatase inhibitors. Regards liver stress, Proviron, as mentioned, it is not C17 alpha alkylated compound. This means it is very unlikely to put a stress on the liver. And now, let's talk about its cardiovascular side effects. All anabolic androgenic steroids, especially orals from the DHT group like Proviron, have a significant negative impact on cholesterol levels. These compounds tend to decrease HDL, the good cholesterol, and increase LDL, the bad cholesterol, which shift the HDL-LDL ratio in a way that may lead to cardiovascular diseases. Even with a strict diet, supplementations with healthy fats, and doing cardio on a regular basis, the negative effects on cholesterol levels cannot be completely excluded when using anabolic androgenic steroids. So, if you have a bad cholesterol levels due to genetic factors, that's something you should consider before using these compounds. Before we move into the next point, which is Proviron and testosterone suppression, if you found value in this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and click on the notification bell so you get notified when I upload the next videos. Now, let's talk about Proviron and testosterone suppression. Although Proviron is an anabolic androgenic steroid, it has a weak suppressive effect on serum testosterone levels and gonadotropins like LH, luteinizing hormone, and FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. LH is responsible for signaling the Leydig cells in the testicles to produce testosterone, while FSH is responsible for sperm production. Research has shown that taking 150 milligrams per day or less of Proviron doesn't cause any significant suppression. However, doses of 300 milligrams per day or more have been shown to cause significant testosterone suppression. So, we can conclude that Proviron is still a suppressive compound, but it is much milder than other anabolic androgenic steroids. And once the doses go high enough, it will shut you down. let's talk about the dosages of Proviron for medical conditions and how it is commonly used among athletes. The prescribed dose to treat androgen insufficiency typically starts with 25 milligrams 3 times per day at the beginning of therapy. Then, the dosage was reduced to a maintenance dose of 25 to 50 milligrams per day. And these same doses were also used for fertility treatments, of course, alongside with other fertility drugs like FSH. The common doses among athletes typically range from 50 to 150 milligrams per day, taken for 6 to 12 weeks. Proviron is commonly used during cutting phases and contest prep, mainly to increase the androgen to estrogen ratio and enhance muscle hardness. But to be honest, considering the price of Proviron, I don't see that it brings anything special to the table. It would be very expensive to run it instead of something like Masteron, which is a much better anabolic and overall more effective drug. And the fact that Proviron is the most effective anabolic androgenic steroid at lowering SHBG levels isn't really that special, because Winstrol can also lower SHBG levels significantly, and Winstrol is much better drug overall. Besides that, SHBG levels will already be very low when taking high doses of anabolic androgenic steroids. So, this effect isn't really a big deal. Some people also use Proviron alongside Mesterolone to increase libido and counteract erectile dysfunction that may occur with Mesterolone use. But again, you can use other DHT derivatives that do the same job and are better muscle builders, or simply adjust your cycle design to avoid this issue altogether. The only scenario where I see Proviron being beneficial is during TRT, as some individuals may have high total testosterone but still suffer from low free testosterone. Proviron can definitely help in this case, as it is very effective in increasing free testosterone, helping to resolve this issue. Other than that, I really don't see any advantage of using Proviron over other DHT derivatives. Now, let's move to the availability and supply of Proviron. Proviron, or Mesterolone. It is still produced by pharmaceutical companies. Bayer is the most well-known, and of course, it is also produced by underground labs. It is usually available in 25 milligrams tablets, and you will find it under different brand names in the market, such as Cidoviron in Egypt, my home country, or Provimed, Mesterolone, or Proviron. These are just brand names, but the compound itself remains the same, Mesterolone. If you found value in this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and click on the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload the next videos. For online coaching and consultations, please check out my website. You will find the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.